everything is funny unless it is happening to you. I've been watching news and I've been seeing people sick and in critical conditions in ICU, in HDU. I've seen also others with the oxygen, but it was funny because it was not me. Until now, when I got to the oxygen level, that's when I realized that COVID is real. And this is my COVID story. It started on 20th March when I had gone for a team building in Sagana, Nokras Hotel. And we had a very good day there with Mokengesia Secondary School. But as we were doing the team building, I coughed once. And I ignored and I thought it was just hii ni homa ya kawaida tu. And then I ignored. Then after that 1 week, after 20th, when KCPE was going on, I went back home. I started feeling lazy. I could not do anything. I thought it was fatigue, and I spent most of the time sleeping. And sometimes I had a stomach upset. Then I decided to take the concoction, hot lemon ginger with honey. I took a lot of it. I used to inhale a lot. And the more I did that, I lost appetite. And I remember also feeling weak, but because I was with my family, I tried to act as if everything was okay, but I felt there was something. When KCPE ended, I was invited to PCN Choroemunyi to give the candidates a talk after doing the exam. And I must be honest, I was not myself even when I was giving the talk, and I trained so much. In fact, I was given an hour and I barely used the whole hour talking to them because I was feeling like I want to go and rest. And I told the same to the head teacher who advised me to go and take some antibiotics for 3 days and zinc. And I went to the chemist and bought the antibiotics and zinc, and I started taking them, but I must confess they didn't help so much. On the third day when I had finished the antibiotics, I checked my temperature and it was reading 38.8, which scared me, and I called my friend Alice Njoroge, and she told me to go to the hospital and check my oxygen level. And if it's above 92, I'm okay. Which I went and I realized it was 92 actually. And I thought I was okay on that. And then I started taking paracetamol, that is Panadol. He also gave me another dose of Augmentin. But after 2 days, I started feeling okay. But the problem was coughing. In fact, I felt like I was healed, but I was having a dry cough, which was so irritating. That Tuesday evening on 31st, I coughed for 3 hours consecutively, from around 6 to 8 consecutively. I tried to take hot water, cold water. In fact, I even tried to swallow a raw egg, but it never worked. So at around 8:20, I decided to go to the hospital now to maybe get an injection or something so that I'm able to sleep. And my brother took me to the hospital. I went to just a local hospital which did not have beds, and they just gave me an injection and told me to go to Nairobi Women in Rongai. And when I went there, I was told that I went for COVID test, and they did this one of the nose, and it came out negative. As I was waiting for the results, I was taking oxygen there, which was making me feel good, and I even stopped coughing a lot. And then when the results came out, to my astonishment, it came out negative. But the doctors did not let me go. They told me that there was something. There was another thing that was causing my my breath, my oxygen level go down. So they told me the best thing to do is to go for a CT scan. And when we did the CT scan, after an hour again, as I was in the oxygen, they came back with the report. And the report, they told me that my lungs had been damaged 35%. And they told me I had COVID, pneumonia. And then they told me to pay 100,000 so that I can be admitted immediately to HDU, of which I didn't have a choice. But within seconds, as they were trying to enter my details in the computer, I was told they were very sorry that there was no bed, and the computer rejected the request. My brother was told not to take me home, but to go and look for a health facility with oxygen because it was bad. I was in serious condition, but I also thank God I didn't panic even when they told me I had COVID, because I was even joking at home and telling them, please keep social distance. I think what I'm feeling, I have COVID, but we shall overcome. So I didn't have that panic, I didn't have that fear. And as long as I was not feeling pain, in fact, I even told the doctors there to take me photo when I was taking the oxygen. I sent it to Kenya Digital Principal Platform, and immediately we got back to the car and we went to Ngong. I had an idea of a hospital called the King David Hospital in Ngong. I knew they had a facility with beds, with inpatient. Now it was around midnight, past midnight, actually around 1:30. Now on Wednesday, when we reached King David, I went there and gave them the documents, and I told them that I was very sick. I needed to be in oxygen, and I asked them, do you have a bed? Do you have oxygen? In fact, I asked, they even got confused, and at some point they asked, who is sick? Because my brother who was accompanying me was quiet. I was very busy doing very many things. I would tell them it is 74. In fact, they wondered who was sick. I told them I was the one, and then they got surprised. In fact, my brother was telling me, they said that I was a strong man being in that state, and I was moving up and down. Then they took me to the emergency room and they detained me there. They told me that I should not be moving that way with that condition. And they organized, when they gave me the conditions, they told me that I give a deposit of 100,000, which I did. And then I was now, in fact, by the time I was even giving them the card to swap, I was in the ward. They did a good job, because they rushed me inside. They gave me the oxygen. They started medication immediately. And I remember it was so many medicines at the same time. They injected me, others were using the hand injection, and I would feel so uneasy sometimes, but I was not in pain. And I realized I'll make it. And from that moment, the treatment started. I kept on improving every day. And I remember even doing some exercises there. One time my wife came to see me, and we met in the stairs as I was doing my exercises. And then I would go back very fast to put my oxygen on, because the more I did, the more I moved, the more it went down, and the more I was required. In fact, I was told to take caution. And at the end of the day, I got healed very fast. After 7 days, I was discharged, but the oxygen level was wanting. So I talked to them. I'm coming home where I belong. Mr. Ndonye, I talked to them very well, and they allowed me to go with a cylinder. And they gave me one, and when it got finished, they were sending an ambulance to bring me more oxygen every time I needed. And I thank the management of that hospital for being so caring to me and other patients, because all the other patients we were with, I think they all recovered. I've been even visiting others. We made friends. When I went back home, I had lost around 8 kgs. In the process of being treated, my sugar levels were triggered, and I was told to stop taking sugar and to eat healthy foods, and all the things that I loved most, I was told to stop taking them. And my greatest weakness was that I was overweight, and that could have not augured well with the treatment. So I want to encourage people who are not sick but they are overweight. I was 105 kgs, and last time I checked I was 96. So I've almost lost 9 kgs, and my target is to lose around another 17, so that I'm at least 80 kgs manageable weight. What I discovered is that COVID is very expensive, and I remember very well when this issue came up, the pictures I sent in Kenya Digital Principal Platform, our chairman, Bernard Odwasa, who is a sub-county TSC director in Turkana, who is also very active online, saw it, and without my knowledge, he communicated to members, and they came up with Wambugu, Akamau, friends, fans, and they started fundraising. I want to thank everybody who contributed in that group, because within 3 days they had raised 268,000, which helped me. In fact, the bill that I got was almost the same, 230,000, and I thank God that these people came to my rescue. So many people called me. Exhibitors also came together, who we work with at the Kenya Secondary School Heads Association meetings, who we meet. They also came together, formed another group, and also sent me around 31,000, which has helped me, because even when I went back home, I was using oxygen, which was costing around 6,000 per day. And I want to say people are wealth. They came out so well, helped me so well, that even my family did not have any expenses. When I arrived home, I had carried a very big pack of medicines, which I drank every day. There were so many, and towards the end, when I was recovering, I got so bored taking those medicines. I also thank my family, and more so my brother kept on encouraging me. My mother, they encouraged me to continue taking the drugs, which I hated, but I thank God so far I was able to finish all of them. Staying at home in isolation, whereby I was separated with my wife for the first time in my marriage life, staying the same house with my wife but spending different places, because I was in isolation for around 14 days. And I also remember telling her to come back after the review that I was okay, and she was also scared. She was not confident coming back, but I also thank her because she was very resilient. She did her best. My daughter Hope prayed for me day and night, and Stain, Wareno, they prayed for me. I also want to thank them so much, and also not forgetting the Almighty God. The doctors treated me, but God healed me. I'll never forget that. And also all my team, even my PA who was with me all that time, visiting me in the hospital, and also I was even sending him from hospital, even taking video in the hospital. I didn't know that he was taking them. Some of them I realized later, and I thank everybody for what you did for me, and may God bless you all. And it is true, your network is your net worth. I saw that people came out very well. I thank each and everyone. I may not mention all their names, but I thank you, and I'll be forever be grateful because of what you did. I am now okay, and I'm now back to normal. We are very happy with the Kenya Digital Principal Platform for rescuing me, and my many friends who send me money, who send me Greetings who prayed for me. People in Nakuru prayed for me. People in Nyeri. I am humbled, and I thank God that I have good friends who did not wait. Yeah, and that is my COVID story.